Welcome and greetings, you wonderful humans. Today's video is embracing the modern day hippie lifestyle and a guide to living in 2023. Today we embark on a wonderful journey understanding what that means, bringing together the essence of peace, love, and harmony. Let's dive into the key aspects that can help you become enlightened beings in 2023. Number one, diet for happiness. Now you see a lot of things and there's a lot of information going on about food and whether this is good for you and whether that is good for you. But a modern day hippie, we prioritize a wholesome, sustainable diet that not only nourishes our body but our soul. Now, we like to embrace plant-based foods, rich in nutrients, and devoid of harmful chemicals like pesticides, Red 40, preservatives, all of the things that they're just pumping into these animals to make them grow bigger. Also, that's something that's super important is that we explore the wonders of mindful eating, how we can understand how it positively affects our well-being. There's lots and lots and lots of information out there and lots of people that are going to tell you one thing and tell you one thing and tell you this and tell you that and counteract the next person. But to be honest, what is a great diet for you is what feels good to you. I can't say that what I'm talking about and the way that I like to eat and the things that I eat is going to work for everybody. Honestly, there's not really one food that I've ever come across that I didn't like the taste of. And most people in my reality are picky and don't like certain things. They're weird about textures. And so honestly, I'm able to pick and choose regardless of what the food tastes like or what it looks like, the consistency, if it's hot or cold. None of that stuff actually personally matters to me. I eat foods based on whether it's good for me and my avatar that my consciousness drives, or if it tastes good. Most of the time, I feel like it's probably the worst for you. The better they taste, the more unhealthy I think that it is. Now, that's not saying that everything that tastes good is bad for you. Fruit tastes really good. There are lots of things that are created by humans that taste good that aren't bad for you. I'm not saying everything. But I know that everybody can understand what I'm talking about. If you like meat and hamburgers and you go to a really, really nice place that makes good food and you're eating the hamburger, chances are that all of that food that you're consuming is one, covered in grease, which is horrible for you to ingest at a high level. Two, a lot of these foods and fruits and vegetables, before it even gets to the restaurant that you are eating at, it has been packaged and shipped and packaged and shipped and packaged and shipped. It was picked and flash frozen 90 days ago before you even got to the restaurant that you're at to be able to even make the hamburger and put the vegetables on top of it. Plus, the bread has weird stuff inside of it to make it last as long as it can. And all the food on your plate, unless you're eating natural, ground-grown things and animals that weren't raised by mass corporations, those foods are bad for you. Now, like I said, this isn't a blanket statement for all food that tastes good. Pay attention. The stuff that tastes the best, the stuff that you probably crave the most, you should probably look into the ingredients and how that thing is created. And I will find that me personally have found that most of that stuff has lots of things inside of it that are unhealthy for me. Number two, promoting meditation and awareness. Meditation plays a crucial role in a modern day hippie lifestyle as a powerful tool for self-reflection and inner peace. I want to encourage every single one of you that if you're really trying to learn how to do this mindfulness thing and this meditation thing, you really need to establish a daily meditation routine, allowing yourself, even just if it's 1 to 3 to 5, maybe 10 minutes a day. The clock is always ticking. There's things always going on. If you can't find 10 minutes in a 24-hour period to allow yourself to connect with your innermost self and the world around you, you got your priorities messed up if meditation and wanting to live like a hippie is something you want. Also, cultivating mindfulness. Being fully present in each moment and embracing the beauty and simplicity. Now, something for me that really, really helps me when I meditate is I suffer from ADHD, and so my thoughts and my brain are always thinking. It's just like chaos and traffic inside my head when it comes to thoughts. I personally can only find the most zen and the most peaceful meditation is when I'm doing cold exposure and cold dips and I'm inside freezing cold water for as long as I can take it. Because instantly, as soon as you hit that water, it is so cold, all you can do is think about your breathing. And all other thoughts go away. And then slowly, that panic that comes when you're just like breathing really heavy, like, oh my gosh, your body's telling you, get out of the cold water, you're gonna die. Slowly, you calm down and your breathing is more regulated, and that's still all you are allowed to think about is your breathing. So isn't that the idea of mindfulness and meditation, is to calm the mind, correct? And be in the present moment? Well, I want all of you to know that when I submerge myself in a river that is way higher than it normally is because the snow from the mountains are melting down as the seasons are heating up, so the water is freezing snow water, I find my most peace. Hey there, wonderful humans. How are you? I hope you've all been having an amazing day so far, and I just wanted to take a quick moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for turning in. Honestly, your support means the world to me, and I'm truly grateful for all of your time and your attention. I haven't been creating content for very long, maybe a year, and it's kind of becoming a passion of mine and something that I think that can have an impact on the world. And it's your support, honestly, that fuels and keeps it going for me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being part of my incredible journey. Now, honestly, you already know what I'm going to say, but if you like my content and you don't already follow me, please follow, like, share, subscribe, etc., etc. Because honestly, your voice matters, and something that I really like is when people comment on my things. Whether it's a question or whether it's a suggestion or simply just expressing your love for what I'm doing, your comments truly brighten my day. I'm here to interact with you, learn from you, and make this experience as enjoyable as possible. So at this time, I would truly appreciate it if maybe you could just hit that like button. Go ahead and just comment an emoji, mushrooms, or some 999s in the comments. And also maybe share it with someone that you think would be interested, or post it on some social medias. I know that every single like and comment and share that I get honestly just helps me create the community that I want. Thanks. Let's get back to the video. Number 3, harnessing the power of chakras. Chakras, all the way down the body. Understanding and balancing the chakras within ourselves is key to becoming a modern day hippie. Explore the 7 main chakras, learning about their unique traits and how they affect your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Engage in practices like yoga, breath work, and energy healing to align your chakras and enhancing overall vitality. Yoga is very good for you. I personally am a little overweight. So when I do yoga, I get tired pretty quickly, especially if it's just a continuous movement up and down. Have had more intense yoga workouts than full cardio and weight training workouts. Yoga is so good for you. Honestly, breath work, again, I'm going to name drop and I'm going to, plug your name. Wim Hof. Look up Wim Hof's breath work. This dude is incredible. He owns and has broken tons and tons and tons of world records. He holds the record for being in the cold water the longest. He ran a marathon in the Sahara Desert with no water. He climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and Mount Everest in flip-flops and shorts. One of the craziest things that he ever did is him and a group of people that he trained with breath work and cold exposure. They went into a medical assisted facility to monitor them. They were injected with an E. coli antibody, okay? And through breath work, him and the people that he had trained cured themselves of E. coli. Breath work is intense. There's an exercise that he does that he promotes a lot. You take deep, deep breaths. Now you do that 30 times. On the 30th breath, when you blow out your air, you hold your breath for as long as you can. And after 3 rounds of that, I personally have experienced it and watched it many times. Humans holding their breath with no resistance for 3 minutes, as if nothing is bothering them, just sitting there, just blank-faced and not even breathing. It is a really surreal feeling, but you can build your lungs up and your body up into doing that. Now, if you're going to do that, I would recommend that you be laying down, because everybody knows when you breathe heavy, you get lightheaded, and I don't want any of you to fall over. So lay down, get comfortable. 30 deep breaths in your nose, out your mouth. The 30th breath, blow out, and don't breathe back in. Hold your breath for as long as you can. And then breathe out, breathe in, and do that 3 times, 3 rounds. On the 3rd round, it is going to blow your mind how long you can hold your breath for. And all of that is just super oxygenating. I don't even know that that's a word. Oxygenating your body and pumping oxygen all to your body. Because a lot of times, people be yawning. People are tired all the time, and that's really a sign of low oxygen. Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning into this new YouTube video I just dropped. I know that it's just talking about wanting to be a hippie and all of the stuff that comes along with being a hippie, but something that I do personally that I think everybody should do. Sometimes life gets crazy. Sometimes emotions get so intense that you don't really know how to even process them, and then when you don't process them, it seems as if they stay inside for a long time. Something that I promote to myself, my friends, as well as my children, is the importance of creating stuff. Whether that's building something, whether that's drawing, whether that's making food, whether that's gardening. Me personally, I like to create art. Now, I'm no Picasso, and I try again. And be honest, just like most people who aren't very skilled at art, a lot of times you're conscious and you feel self-conscious about the things you create. But what's very important that not a lot of people realize, I feel, when you create art specifically, is you're letting out emotion that you haven't let out through words or through conversation. As you can see, my entire hallway in my house is created by human art. Everything is created by me, my friends, my family, and my kids. And again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Now back to the video. Number 4, promoting love and connection. Now, you all know that one of the biggest things that hippies promote is love, peace, compassion, and the connection that lie in the heart of being a modern day hippie. You need to foster genuine and meaningful relationships, spreading love wherever you go. Practicing acts of kindness, empathy, forgiveness brings more love into your life and the lives of others. That is the one thing that hippies have always promoted, and that might be because of the activities that they engage in and being surrounded by other like-minded people that also just do nothing but promote love. Love is the most powerful language on the planet. I think, honestly, in the universe, if space is real. Now, there's nothing that compares at all to the feeling of feeling loved, and there's nothing that compares at all to loving someone and watching them receive that love and the feeling that it causes in them and the things and the way that they act. There's nothing more spiritual than trying to live my life every single day with a place of just love and compassion and understanding, because I understand that everybody is different. But guess what? This place that we live in, whether it's flat, whether it's a globe, whether we're in like a huge ant farm, perfect. Everything in this whole entire world is so wildly similar and perfectly created, especially for every other element that's inside this thing we live in. Like, isn't it crazy that plants and all the trees and all the bushes, they breathe in the toxic air that we breathe out, and that they breathe out the life force of air and oxygen that we need to live? That is absolutely crazy and specific, and the only way that life on this planet could work is if that happened. Wild. Number 5, cultivating peace and harmony. You need to strive for peace not only within yourself, but also for your surroundings. Embrace nonviolence and stand up against injustices in the world. For far too long, humanity has just become sheep. We all understand that the mainstream media for many years have been programming us to think that things are happening in the world and that things aren't happening, and to keep control of where our conscious attention is at. We have come to learn over many, many past years that slowly over time we're realizing that it was all programming. But for a long time, a mass portion of humans watched the TV. They watched these TV stations and these news channels that were scripted, and people created this content specifically for an agenda. And these people are not journalists. They don't do anything but sit and read something that they're paid to read, regardless of how ridiculous it is, regardless of how unhealthy it is, regardless of how unsafe it is. They are paid to say what they say. Have you ever noticed that the news never really talks about anything positive? But there has to be positive stuff happening. It's to maintain fear, for control. Practice mindfulness in your daily activities also promotes a sense of harmony and unity. Number 6, the path of understanding. The modern day hippie seeks to understand diverse perspectives, embracing unity in diversity. I am open to any idea. I like conversating with other intellectual humans because I find that it's kind of like a board game when you're having just a completely open-minded, extended conversation. You never know what the type of things that human is going to say, and you never know how they're going to react to the things that you think and the things that you believe and how spiritual you might be. Now, you need to educate yourself on different cultures, ideologies, and worldviews. We live in a time where social media and the internet is more predominant than it's ever been. To be honest, from a very young age, I realized that TV was fake. I learned that everything on TV was fake when 2 things happened in my life. One, as a child, I was really, really, really into professional wrestling. I watched the WWE, the WWF, the NWA, Hulk, Andre the Giant, Ric Flair, all of those things. It was when I was 8 or 9 years old, that was my life. I loved it. I thought it was so entertaining that's all I would think about. That's all I would do until I realized that it was fake, that it's all scripted. And my heart was broken because I thought for sure that this was real. Well, sometimes there's blood. And that was the first thing that encouraged me to realize that the TV is fake. As well as I've came to realize that the world that as I know it could be not what at all I was ever taught. I grew up in Utah, and everyone in my reality was Mormon. And then I grew up and realized, wait, not everybody is Mormon? What? So wait, there's like different ideas and different religions? Well, how do we know that this one is the truth? How do we know that those guys aren't telling the truth? Well, these religions have been around for a long time, but this religion that's predominant in Utah relatively has been around for only a short period of time compared to Buddhism and Taoism and Hinduism. So those are the 2 things that really encouraged me that everything I understand and comprehend in the reality that I'm experiencing could be a lie. I need to figure it out for myself. I need to always ask questions. I need to stand up for my beliefs. I need to interrogate people who have different beliefs. Not interrogate in a hostile way, but interrogate with a series of questions so I could better understand everything in the reality around me. I get most of my news from the one app that America wants to ban. America wants to ban it because they can't control the narrative and the information that's spreading, and that's TikTok. As well as I don't really like to watch a lot of useless content like Netflix and Hulu TV series and stuff. Most of the stuff I watch, I'm always just wanting to retain information. That's what I mean by educate yourself on different cultures, ideologies, and worldviews. You could literally learn how to do anything on YouTube if you just type in the correct keywords. Now, you also, if you're going to do all of these things and want a path of understanding, one of the most important things to do is engage in open-minded conversations, fostering understanding, and creating a more inclusive society. At work, I go all the time and I talk about all the crazy things that I believe in the workplace, in my break room. The thing I like about that is that I'm pretty much one of the only people at my job that think the way that I think. So honestly, I walk into a break room and it becomes an instant debate with 5 other points of view because nobody's really agreeing with the things that I'm saying. Nobody's really agreeing and saying that, wow, you might be true. Most of the time I work with a bunch of sheep who I feel are programmed and aren't as open-minded as I am. Congratulations on completing this enlightening journey into the depths of becoming a modern-day hippie in 2023. Remember, embracing a holistic lifestyle requires patience, self-love, and dedication. By advocating for love, peace, and understanding and self-awareness, we can collectively create a more harmonious and compassionate world. You cannot agree right now that the world is the scariest that it's ever been. There is no selfless humans for the most part. Sure, they're out there. And sure, that the people watching this video, you might be selfless. But if you remove yourself from this, or maybe the select few humans in your reality that are selfless, as a whole, if you take all the humans, from what I am observing, is we are in a world that is ruthless, vindictive, selfish, and everything just seems to be going in a very, very dark path. And I just know that if every human on planet Earth could find self-love, could find peace and understanding and self-awareness, then at that point, everyone will be able to promote love, peace, understanding, and self-awareness. And then, like I said, we can create this beautiful and compassionate world. I just want to thank you for joining me on this transformative voyage. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more guidance on living a conscious and vibrant life, spreading the love, embody the hippie spirit, and be the change you wish to see. Peace out. I love you all.